First, up the 1972D silver variety. If you're a coin enthusiast or just curious about what makes a coin, Valuabl the Kennedy half-dollar was introduced in 1964, shortly after President John F. Kennedy's assassination. Designed by Gilroy Roberts and Frank Gasparo, it became an instant icon. While most post-1964 Kennedy half-dollars are made from a copper-nickel composition, earlier ones and special varieties still hold silver content, which is a key factor in their value. So, why does the 1972D Kennedy half-dollar command attention? Unlike most Kennedy half-dollars of the era, certain varieties of this coin feature mint errors or unique characteristics that can drastically increase their value. The D Mint mark indicates it was struck at the Denver Mint, which produced over 141 million Kennedy half-dollars that year. However, coins in uncirculated or mint state conditions can be worth significantly more, up to $500, or even $100 depending on demand. If your coin has unique errors, it could fetch anywhere from $2,000 to over $1,000 at auction. One notable example is a 1972D half-dollar with a rare planchette error that sold for over $3,000. These coins are the ultimate treasure for collectors. If you think you've got a valuable 1972D Kennedy half-dollar, the next step is getting it professionally appraised. Reach out to a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC to certify its condition and authenticity. Remember, a certified coin often sells for a much higher price than 1972D. Kennedy half-dollar might not look like much at first glance, but its potential value makes it a fascinating piece of history. Who knows, you could be holding a small fortune in your hand. Up the U.S. State Quarter Series, the 2000 New Hampshire quarter minted in Philadelphia, featuring the P Mint mark. This quarter showcases the iconic Old Man of the Mountain and the state's motto, "Live free or die now." Let's talk about a specific condition: coins with a black or darkened appearance, often referred to as black shade or surty condition. This toning can result from environmental factors like exposure to air, moisture, or certain chemicals over time, while some collectors appreciate the unique look of toned coins. The value largely depends on the coin's overall condition and rarity. In today's market, a 2000p New Hampshire quarter in average circulated condition, even with toning, typically holds its face value of $250. However, if the coin is uncirculated or has unique features, it might fetch between $300. High-grade specimens, especially those certified by professional grading services, can command higher prices. For instance, a coin graded MS-68 has fetched over $2,000 at auction. Remember? The value of a coin is influenced by factors like condition, rarity, demand, and market trends. If you believe you have a valuable coin, consider consulting a professional appraiser or coin. For next up, the 1967 Kennedy half-dollar, a coin that holds both historical significance and intriguing value in today's market. The Kennedy half-dollar was first minted in 1964 to honor the late President John F. Kennedy. By 1967, the coin's composition had shifted to 40% silver, a response to rising silver prices and the need to conserve the precious metal. Each 1967 half-dollar contains approximately 0.1479 troy ounces of silver, with current silver prices around $250 per ounce. The intrinsic melt value of the coin is about $300. However, the true value of a 1967 Kennedy half-dollar often surpasses its silver content, especially when considering its condition and rarity in average circulated condition. These coins are valued slightly above their melt value, but in uncirculated, mint state conditions, their worth increases significantly. For instance, an MS-65 graded coin can fetch around $280. The most valuable 1967 Kennedy half-dollars are those from the Special Mint Set SMS. These coins boast a higher quality finish and, when graded MS-68 with an ultra-deep cameo designation, can be exceptionally valuable. One such coin sold for nearly $700 in 2020 errors. And unique varieties also play a crucial role in a coin's value. A notable example is the 1967 SMS half-dollar, with a quintupled die obverse, sold for $2,585 in 2017. In summary, while the 1967 Kennedy half-dollar's base value aligns with its silver content, factors like condition, special minting features, and rare errors can substantially elevate its market. Next up, the 1999 D Connecticut State Quarter. Could this coin in your pocket be worth more than its face value? Let's find out. Released on October 12, 1999. It's part of the U.S. Mint's 50 State Quarters program. The Connecticut Quarter features the iconic Charter Oak Tree, symbol of American independence. With a massive mintage of over 657 million coins from the Denver Mint, it's a common find. But rarity isn't always about quantity. Most circulated 1999D Connecticut quarters are worth their face value of $350, however. Condition plays a crucial role in determining a coin's value in fine condition, characterized by moderate wear width. Clear major details. These quarters typically hold minimal additional value uncirculated coins, especially those graded MS62, MS65. Can fetch between $400 depending on their luster and strike quality. Now, here's where it gets exciting. A 1999D Connecticut quarter graded MS68 near perfect condition once sold for a staggering $2,300 at auction in 2018. Such high-grade coins are rare. Gems sought after by collectors if your coin exhibits these qualities. Consider having it graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC, while most 1999D Connecticut quarters may only be worth 25 cents. Exceptional specimens can command impressive prices. So, check your change. You might just have a treasure in your pocket. Worth. Next up, the 1983 Kennedy half-dollar with the D Mint mark in very fine condition. First, let's take a quick look at the Kennedy half-dollar series. Introduced in 1964 to honor the legacy of President John F. Kennedy, these coins hold a special place in American numismatics. Initially minted in 90% silver, the composition changed to a copper-nickel clad by 1971 for circulation coins. But collectors still love hunting for valuable varieties and minting eras now. The 1983 Kennedy half-dollar with the D Mint mark was struck in Denver. While it's not made of silver, its historical significance and collector demand give it value beyond its metal content. And today, we're talking specifically about coins in very fine condition. So, what does it mean when a coin is graded as very fine? A VF coin shows light to moderate wear on the high points, but the major design elements, like Kennedy's profile, are still sharp and clear. You'll notice some wear on his hair and the eagle on the reverse, but the overall detail is quite appealing for the 1983 Kennedy half-dollar. AVF grade strikes a balance between affordability and collectability, making it an attractive option for hobbyists and new collectors alike. Alright, let's get to the burning question. What is this coin worth in today's market? The value of a 1983 Kennedy half-dollar with a D Mint mark in very fine condition depends on a few factors: collector demand, rarity, and overall market trends as of today. A typical 1983D Kennedy half-dollar in very fine condition is valued at around 50 cents to $1.50. This is primarily due to its common mintage and lack of precious metal content. However, higher grades like O about uncirculated or MS Mint state can be worth more, ranging from $500 to $2,000 or higher. Depending on condition, here's a pro tip for collectors. Always inspect your coins carefully. Use a magnifying glass or a coin microscope to spot errors or unique characteristics. Also, Store your coins properly to maintain their condition. Even slight damage can lower a coin's value, so while the 1983 Kennedy half-dollar with the D mint mark in very fine condition might not break the bank, it's still a fascinating piece of American history and a great way to start or expand your collection. Remember, the true value of coin collecting isn't just in the dollars, it's in the stories, history, and joy of discovery. Next up, the 2009's District of Columbia quarter with the P mint mark. If you've stumbled upon one in your collection, you might be curious about its current value in 2009. The U.S. Mint released a special series of quarters honoring Washington, D.C., and U.S. territories. The District of Columbia quarter features jazz legend Duke Ellington seated at a piano, accompanied by the motto, "Justice for All." The P mint mark indicates it was minted in Philadelphia. With a total mintage of approximately 83.6 million coins, this quarter is composed of 91.67% copper and 8.33% nickel, weighing 5.67 grams. The obverse showcases George Washington, while the reverse highlights Duke Ellington. Now, let's talk value. In very fine condition, which means the coin has moderate wear, but all major details are clear. The 2009 P District of Columbia quarter holds a value close to its face value, around $250. Collectors typically seek coins in higher grades. For instance, uncirculated coins can fetch about $720, while those in MS-65 condition might be valued around $244. Interestingly, some rare varieties, like the double die reverse DDR, can command higher prices. For example, a 2009 P District of Columbia quarter with a DDR FS 801 variety in MS-67 condition has been known to sell for over $1,000 in summary, while the standard 2009 P District of Columbia quarter in very fine condition isn't particularly valuable. Certain rare varieties can be worth significantly more. Next up, the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark, graded in extra fine condition. Let's start with a bit of history. The Kennedy half-dollar was first introduced in 1964, following the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy. Initially minted in 90% silver, the Kennedy half-dollar was a way to honor JFK's legacy while also providing the U.S. government with a valuable circulating coin. The 1973 version, however, was part of the series minted in copper-nickel clad, which replaced the silver contents starting in 1971 for regular circulation coins now. The 1973 Kennedy half-dollar that we're talking about today doesn't carry a mint mark, meaning it was minted in Philadelphia. While it's not made of silver, it holds unique value among collectors, especially in extra fine condition. So, what does it mean when we say a coin is in extra fine condition? Well, an XF coin has visible wear on the surface, but the key design elements are still very crisp and sharp. For a Kennedy half-dollar, you'll be able to clearly see President Kennedy's profile, the details of his hair, and the features on the reverse eagle. The coin may show some light wear on the highest points, but it should still have a lot of fine detail remaining extra. Fine coins are highly sought after because they strike a perfect balance between affordability and the quality of the coins, appearance making them ideal for collectors who want a beautiful, high-quality coin without breaking the bank. Now, let's get into the heart of the matter, the value of the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar in extra fine condition. While this coin is not made of silver, its historical significance, combined with its condition, gives it a value that collectors are willing to pay for as of today. The value of a 1973 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark in extra fine condition typically falls in the range of $300 to $600. This might not seem like a huge sum, but keep in mind that prices can fluctuate depending on market demand, as well as any special factors like a particular coin's rarity or demand in certain auctions. What makes this coin interesting is its scarcity in higher grades. Even though the coin is not rare in terms of mintage, finding one in extra fine condition is what collectors often seek, especially since many were circulated and show more were uncirculated or proof coins, coins that are not part of regular circulation but were specially minted in proof sets or mint sets can command a higher price. These coins are often in pristine condition, so while the 1973 Kennedy half-dollar without a mint mark in extra fine condition might not be one of the highest value coins on the market, it still holds significant value for collectors. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, it's a coin that deserves attention, especially if it's in good condition. And remember, with the right market conditions or a rare error, you could find a real gem. Next up, the Kentucky 1792 Silver State Quarter Dollar with a D mint mark. Let's explore its historical significance and its value in today's market. The Kentucky 1792 State Quarter is part of the 50 State Quarters program, issued by the U.S. Mint between 1999 and 2008. This quarter features a design representing Kentucky's rich heritage and history, including the image of a thoroughbred horse and a barn, symbolizing the state's equestrian legacy now. The D mint mark indicates that this quarter was minted in Denver, Colorado. Mint marks play a key role in identifying where the coin was produced, and for collectors, certain mint marks can make a coin even more valuable in good condition. The Kentucky 1792 Silver State Quarter Dollar is highly sought after by collectors, especially when you find one with the D mint mark. But what is this coin worth in today's market? Let's break it down in today's market. The value of the Kentucky 1792 Silver State Quarter Dollar with the D mint mark can vary significantly depending on its condition. If the coin is in good condition, you might be looking at a value between $100 to $150 on average. However, if the coin is in excellent or uncirculated condition, the value could easily rise to $250 to $400 or more. And if you happen to come across a Kentucky quarter in pristine mint condition or with an especially rare variation, like an era coin, the value could go up dramatically, possibly exceeding $800 or more. These types of coins are prized in the numismatic community, especially if you have all the original minting features intact. As always, the condition of the coin is key to its value. Coins that have been preserved well, with minimal wear and tear, are the ones that fetch the highest prices. If you've got one of these Kentucky 1792 Silver State Quarter Dollars in your collection, you're holding on to a piece of U.S. history that could be worth a significant amount. So there you have it. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just starting out, the Kentucky 1792 Silver State Quarter Dollar with a D mint mark is a coin worth keeping an eye on. If you have one in good condition, it's definitely something you should consider holding on to or getting appraised. The value may just surprise you. Next up, the 1985 half dollar with the D mint mark. You won't believe its value in today's market. First, let's talk about what makes the 1985 D half dollar so special. Minted in Denver, this coin is part of the Kennedy half-dollar series, which was first issued in 1964 to honor President John F. Kennedy after his assassination. The design, featuring Kennedy on the obverse and the presidential seal on the reverse, has become iconic over the years. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect specimen. A good condition coin typically shows significant wear but retains its basic design. For the 1985 D half dollar, a good condition coin should still display Kennedy's features clearly, although there may be some scratches or marks. Now let's get into the numbers. As of today, a 1985 D half dollar in good condition can be valued anywhere from $20 to $100. While that may not seem like a fortune, the value can rise significantly for coins in better condition. For example, coins graded as very fine can reach up to $20, and those in uncirculated condition can go for over $50 or more But what drives the value of these coins? Several factors come into play. Rarity is a big one, though millions were minted. Certain conditions are much less common. Additionally, market demand can fluctuate based on collector interest. Current trends in numismatics show that younger collectors are increasingly interested in series like the Kennedy half dollars, which could drive prices up in the future if you're looking to buy or sell a 1985 D half dollar. There are numerous avenues. Local coin shops, online auction sites, and coin shows are all excellent places to start. Just remember to do your research and understand the market before making any transactions. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more coin collecting content. See you in the next video.